This is the Symposium Podcast with Wright and Romero.
Options.
Okay.
But as women get older, it's not like that. Sure, they can have a plethora of men that come around, but chances are they just want to fuck or whatever, just kick it. Not so much to actually commit. Men, on the other hand, they know that they can just have whoever they want. They don't have to commit because they know they have options, because they worked for it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it makes sense, and I think it's fairly accurate. But
okay, continue. Please.
yeah, it's accurate. But if your criteria is something that where it's like, okay, I want a woman that can keep up or whatever, then it still shrinks that. It shrinks that, who you can talk to. Now, if you just want to be outside and just kicking it, hanging out, then yeah, you have that large window of women.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to actually find, for me, if I actually want to find that person that you can be serious with, it shrinks that window so small where it does put the ball back in the women's court because it's a small percentage of women.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
That's where I'm thinking.
Whereas it's like it's not that many ones that can be the one.
Like, yeah, I could be out here choosing if I wanted to, but
choosing you can choose. It's a whole.
So now we're going back to that casual versus
because that's what
exclusive.
we've talked about. It's like, because you ask me all the time, I'm like, bro, I'm just, you know what I mean? Like,
swear to God, I asked him so many times. One time we were out and he was like, Get you the Symposium Podcast coaster.
Y'all Symposium Podcast poster. My bad. I didn't even.
No.
But no, that's what it is, man. It's like he asks me all the time. He's like, well, what are you looking for? Or like, and I'm like, bro, nothing.
Cause this it is also an example like what I mean, like the ball in our court. Cause I brought this scenario before, like two dope women, both beautiful, both got good careers. Shit, but one might got 2-3 kids, the other one ain't got no kid. If you had to choose one, which one are you choosing?
It's clear.
But that doesn't mean the ball's in your court. Because you can have two women, both fit you, like both, let's say neither one have kids. Neither one of them have kids, two women, right? Both attractive. One is, she's 31, highly successful, kind of no games, no nonsense. The other one is, 26, bad in the mud, The one that's a little bit older, that has maybe less of a selection, she just might not put up with whatever you're talking about.
Not your
Whereas the younger one, who's fine in the mud, has more leeway to put up with whatever you're talking about. So that's not the ball in your court. You can choose either one you want to talk to. But one is going to put up with
what
one.
sounds less stressful?
Yeah, one is going to put up with whatever. The other one's going to say, no, I need you to do these things as well.
Okay.
I need some reciprocation here. The other one like, no, whatever you want to do, let's do it.
I feel like
They go got good jobs.
That's like
They
a new.
they go got good jobs.
One has a good job for a 26-year-old. The other one has a good job for a
This is
31-year-old. It's a different good job.
This is the perfect example of like what's out right now. Is like she's an 8, but she does such and such, and be like, oh, well, no, she's a
That's a real thing.
Yeah, that's like honestly, that's what I'm.
That's fair.
Hey, no, she 8, but she does this.
Yeah,
It's a sliding scale. Like ACTS, it's sliding scale.
Yeah,
but she's GPS.
right. Like,
What the average, what the all-around person are you?
That's going to raise or lower you. That's a fact.
Although I like your example, something that comes to mind is when you're talking about two different people, right? And one isn't really fucking with what you got to say, or they're not going to deal with your bullshit.
Whatever
right?
your bullshit is, yeah.
I find that interesting because then that changes. If you're talking about exclusive dating, you're now asking the question like, okay, who's going to help you grow?
But wait, these niggas don't date exclusively. I don't date exclusively either, but I do date. But that's a different. That's a different topic. That's a different story.
Yeah, but it's
That's a great one.
Yeah, that is.
but growing and then you just I seen this shit too. Like people get in relationships or marriages and just change the person they just are completely. Like growing, but I'm saying like, there's nothing wrong with growing, but you can still be yourself and grow. A lot of people be miserable, and that's why they still feel me. Okay, I'm supposedly changing better for myself and shit, but they miserable and still fuck off and then go back to my old self because that just wasn't naturally them. If it's a naturally organic situation, then that's cool. Like, don't force yourself to be with a person and that's not what you really want to do. Like, you want to be with me, cut this shit out, woo 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 type shit.
Some people are naturally miserable too.
That's true.
As themselves.
Yes.
They're naturally miserable. That's a real thing.
Yeah, like people are miserable just with themselves. They think being in a relationship will help them and shit or some shit.
No,
like
not saying that. Not saying being in a relationship will help them. But maybe a person sees or says, you know what? You got to change this miserable aspect of you.
And I was gonna say that's where the mental health shit comes in.
Absolutely.
Because it's like I know like habitual like people that need to be in a fucking relationship. Like
it's a lot of
and it's weird to me. It's actually weird to me. Guys, like men and women.
I've seen
it's weird to me. And it's like, dog, like you just need to be with somebody, and that's weird. Like, do you for a minute, you know?
Yeah, cause I feel the same way. Like, yes, you are miserable just being with yourself, but just learn yourself. Why are you this way? Like, grow to be a positive person, cause you already a negative Nancy and shit. You gonna be with another person, you gonna turn them negative and miserable and shit. And it's you shouldn't rub that type of stuff off on another person.
So I say it all the time is when COVID first happened. When COVID first happened and I had to be by myself, that was the best.
Yeah, you say that. You say that all the time.
I was just like good, man. Like it was like I ain't have to stress about nobody, nothing. It was like, damn, I needed that reset, and then it helped me to like understand people more. It helped me to tell people no. You know what I mean? I had a hard time with that from my mom.
Yeah, I mean, you said that on our podcast.
I had a hard time saying no to people. And now it's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
So let's.
But where are you about to
So
say?
since we here,
Yeah.
we finna get into some mental health stuff. We here. So I mean, y'all saying that, and some people can be introspective and make changes by themselves when they're by themselves. Other people are so negative they fall into a depression when they're by themselves. So it doesn't benefit them. There's people like that. That's a common thing. So if I'm by myself and I'm going to go into a dark place by being by myself, I need somebody there to help uplift me, to teach me how to uplift myself.
So do you need to be in a relationship or you need a fucking therapist?
You need a therapist, but however, sometimes you need somebody to tell you that you need a therapist. You need somebody to help you get there. You need somebody to help you with those steps. That's the thing.
Well, I'll further that. How you say, do you need someone or do you need a therapist? I would say, do you need someone or do you need a community?
You need that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time we be thinking, oh, I need somebody. Well, some people, I need someone. I can't live without this person. But in reality, it's like if you have these things in place, you come to realize you don't really need shit. You want someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Because what it turns into is how we check on each other is like
we talk about that shit all the time.
Social media, like, oh, you posting, they do that, you good.
You good,
yeah.
right.
Ain't nobody gonna post a bad.
Exactly.
You're not gonna, because if you crying in the camera, you like a weirdo to me.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? It's like you record yourself crying.
Yeah, and people, even though they might do it on purpose, people be wanting attention, be needing it, so they do want people to reach out and shit. Most people gonna laugh at you though, and shit, but they want someone to reach out and shit. But ain't nobody really gonna reach out just on GP to check you good.
So that's why like it's important for that. Like just hit somebody up, like damn, like hey, I'm just thinking about you, man. Just checking in. You know, we don't do that.
But that's where a relationship comes in.
Yeah.
A relationship with somebody that's going to constantly be there to check in on me as I'm going through whatever I'm possibly going to slide into.
Yeah. Okay.
That person is there. I know they're going to check on me because I'm in a relationship with them.
Right.
Okay. This brings up an interesting question. As men, and especially black men, what are your thoughts on checking in with your people, especially like with boys?
I think it's important. It's something that I don't think nobody does.
Yeah.
But however, I understand the importance of it, especially as we get older. And It's just as I just talk to my friends just more and more, it's just like they really be needing somebody that's a peer of theirs, to say something, just to say anything. Yeah. But it's like, you know, as men, we just in all in our own worlds, whatever.
I do this all the time. Like I rarely talk to my. There's a few I talk every once in a few months and shit. It's someone I never talked to, never like. I just hit them up, hey, I'm about to be in Florida type shit, let's kick it and shit. Yeah. Then we had a real conversation when we're kicking it, but it just like, and we tight like this, but they'll just, we reaching out, talking and checking in, we don't, but the older I get, it feel like it is more important, but it's just something I don't do, which we should do. But it's hard. It's very hard, like, even like the older you get, like as a kid, I used to check up on my family all the time. We ain't got nobody else to talk to. So I be having this like thing inside myself, like, dog, I get like, damn, why the fuck I'm be tearing out my people like I did as a kid, which is way more important to do when you're older, type shit. So that family and friend, like all that shit important, but they just don't.
It's just I don't know, man. It's just like you said, as black men, as we get older, it's I honestly think it's because we gotta live up to like just a certain you know, like you said, I want to be financially stable. It's harder for us to be financially stable, so we gotta work that much harder. You know what I mean? And like we don't got time to. Yeah. Which is, that's not true.
Yeah,
like,
we got we got hella time. Like a lot of times people be chilling before you go to bed and shit. I be thinking that shit all the time too. But then you gotta think about it. A lot of the times you maybe had a long day at work. Maybe you had a long sometimes I don't be wanting to talk for real. It mentally draining to reach out to people when you already had a long, tough day as well.
True. That's very. I'm like that.
That's what I was gonna get at.
Yeah, I'm definitely like that too. I just need like, all right, man. I don't really want to like.
I be wanting to, but a lot of times it's like you just mentally can't. You don't want to mentally get in.
You're not there.
Exactly.
And I think that's the biggest thing where that's unfortunately that's a cycle. That's called a cycle where it's like, okay, we're all 4 black men here. Where it's like, boom, you can't reach out to him to check on him because you're tired. He can't reach out to check on me because he's tired because nobody checked on him. Then it just keeps going around. Because he's too tired, I'm too tired, and he's too tired. None of us can check on each other. Because we're all too tired we're like, somebody's got to check on us. Realistically. That's really what it is.
That's exactly we should reach out, but damn, why ain't nobody reaching out to us?
I say that all the time.
And it's not even like, damn, why is it like we too tired to even wonder why? It just is what it is.
I got my younger cousins, but like with my family, one thing I do like about my family, especially like on my dad's side, he's on my dad's side, like we probably don't talk, but we always good. My little cousins don't say shit to me, they don't say hi. Can you cash at me?
Or you just get the request.
I got that shit be killing me.
I get the request, I'm like, damn.
It be a couple I think cause they really add, but I was like, you just send me a request, you don't need no money for real. But like G shit, like I'm we older, I do like feel me, you reaching out to me at least. Let's have a conversation.
No, one thing I do like my brother Nick that live actually in Georgia. Whenever his kids, you know, ask for the cash app or whatever, he make them FaceTime me afterwards. FaceTime, like you gotta FaceTime me afterwards. I'm like, at least I get
that's good. His brother did a good thing. Cause like, damn, that just kind of crazy. You ask me for money, I ain't gonna hear from you next time. You want some money? Damn. I love you, but shit.
Decline that mother. You gonna have to really act.
I'm gonna give it to you. You gotta get interactive.
But that's super funny. I didn't know that. That's super funny.
Like, hit me up. Say what's up. Say something.
Just say what's up.
What's up, Unc? I need this. All
right. One of my cousins started doing that just as of recent. Like, he did say, hey, Trey, woo woo. 2 tests later, hey, can I get one?
That's much better.
I'm so for that. I know you ain't hitting me up for no reason.
Okay. All right.
At least let's talk. Like how you doing type shit. I do. The older you get, I want to know how you doing.
Right.
I do want to know how you doing. Like I don't see you no more. I don't feel me. We ain't there. Like y'all people. we are. Life is going kind of quick now. The older you get, like going quick. So you don't see people, they be growing and shit. So at least let me know how you doing this shit.
Right.
You feel me? A bare minimum.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Feel that.
Perspective is
Yeah. But remember, as a kid, shit, we didn't have that. So I understand where they coming from.
Yeah.
And we had that type of perspective as kids.
Man.
It just something you learn as you go.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So I don't knock before it. I totally understand. But shit, let's try to change the cycle.
Yeah. Change the cycle.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just one text.
That's true.
Yeah, literally.
That's it.
Sure.
We've been talking a lot. I really only have like 2 questions for y'all. You got anything?
I got one, but it's like a no.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm just asking, but
Okay.
I want to wrap it up with that. 'Cause
Okay.
It's like a what would you do type of question.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I lied. I have 3. One.
No rush.
My
No
first.
rush.
This one. Nah.
Because you might spark a question just from your question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
My first question for y'all is not to get political because we don't really like to do that here. We try to keep things open, but as you know, there's been an overturn with Roe versus Wade, and from y'all's perspective, with the things that y'all talk about, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh my gosh. My thoughts is this is the wildest thing ever.
Yeah.
How you gonna overturn something that was placed 50 years ago?
But not only that, it's just like, I mean, you know, the governor of Minnesota said he's not changing nothing in Minnesota, but I mean, in my life, I mean, I done talked to them that had their fair share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah.
like what the agenda to me, like what the agenda behind it, why you doing people do this shit for a reason. Like people aren't mentally, they're not mentally there, they're not physically there, like financially there. How you gonna force people to have kids and shit?
Yeah.
And then I work in a certain field and shit. I work with these bad ass kids.
Yeah.
Why are they bad? Cause their parents ain't got no, so they had their kids young. Like parent might got mental issues and they might be in a bad neighborhood, but they had kids at the wrong time, and so they grow. Parent probably got to work all the fucking time and shit, so they just learn it from the street. So that's already the issue. So now we're gonna raise the issue by allowing people not to have an abortion when they need to. Like it should be a pro-choice thing. Like I see what happens when kids don't have the best parents.
Yeah.
Like y'all gonna raise the stakes of making it a bigger percentage of kids thugging and doing whatever fuck shit when it's clearly abortions are a reason.
And like I said, not to make it too political, but this also goes back to, so the Supreme Court is decided based, you know, the administrations decide who's in the Supreme Court. They chose 3 of them in the previous administration. Them 3 voted how they voted, and now we are where we are. I mean, something like that does matter.
Yeah.
And people be, you know, that's a more of a macro scale, though. People be, either they don't know or they forget, like that's a part of it.
Yeah.
But it's like these decisions, they don't just happen. They, you know, it's decisions before them that lead to the decisions.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm not for it at all. I'm not, you know, it's a wild thing, you know. And then there was a statement by, you know, I hate to say because he's a black man, but you know, Clarence Thomas. He like, you know, he talking about, you know, we got to relook at all this and relook at all that, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Why are we
For
relooking
what?
at?
Like,
Why are we relooking at stuff? Like, why are we doing this?
Close this shit, man. We done.
Like this, it's supposed to, the idea is to progress, not to regress, and you know that's just where we're at.
Yeah.
That was a aggressive step.
Yeah, and then like this is all because with the point you said, like then we can like leave it alone. But it's like why the fuck we overturning old shit, but then like even the fucking Constitution in general, some old ass shit. Why we still living our life by that bullshit? Why the fuck we rewriting shit when the world done changed so much? We got social media shit like that. But that's neither here or there. Like that's just me.
People in power need to stay in power, bro.
No, that's a fact, and that's the same thing. So it's like Supreme Court has no term limit, where it's like once they there, they there.
That's
so once
why.
they're elected, they're good for life.
So
And what's funny is, damn, we get political.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
point.
Get your shit
Yeah,
off.
I'm not going political right
Me either.
So-
Get your shit off.
So they pulled back Roe versus Wade. Clarence Thomas wants to look at same-sex marriages, and I seen a tweet Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what's funny is I seen a tweet where he's married to a white woman. It's like, well, they could also go back and look at it.
Exactly.
Thank you, man. You touched on it. I was about to
that was just like that was like in the 70s where they did that.
Yeah. Talking about agenda, right?
Just
start with this.
So if we could touch this, why we can't overturn? Man, they was fucking with fucking our votes and shit because we black. Like why the fuck we gotta revote? You feel me? To vote like that don't make no fucking sense. So it's a slippery slope. Like okay, we overturn this, they could overturn anything now.
Yeah, so it's like it's a weird thing, but
it's very possible that we are in the beginning of some dark shit. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it's not that.
But the possibility is there.
Yeah.
This next election, all the elections be important. People just got to get out, pay attention, know what's going on.
That's a good one. Hey, know y'all community. Like, go to them shits. Go to the city hall.
Local shit is really important.
That's the most important. Yeah,
it's be really, really important. Like, I'm gonna give an example. Like, so y'all live in Minneapolis. You all live in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
The last little joint where we voting on whether we finna have the police or not.
Yeah, like
that's important.
Taking away
your views heard.
Shit's fucked up. Like it need to be a better system, but you can't take away that shit completely.
But I mean, regardless of whichever one you believe, this your chance to make yourself.
This
your chance.
Don't complain about it if you're not going out.
If you're not gonna go do it,
then go vote.
Yeah, this your chance.
Why you complain about it if you got the opportunity to vote and you're not doing this? That's ass backwards.
It's backwards. This is literally your chance to make whatever happen you feel.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. You want to answer your question? Or are you still waiting?
I'm still waiting.
Okay. My next question. Polygamy. Very different.
It's lit.
Okay. I'm for it.
You know, I think we for polygamy.
I'm for it. Open marriage.
I don't even know what the question is yet.
Yeah.
That's kind of it already.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts on it? Because I've just been seeing, I've been watching a lot of TLC.
I say this all the time on my podcast. I say it all the time on the podcast. I don't think I could just settle down with one woman. It don't make sense to me as a man who doing different shit, having fun, one.
It doesn't make sense as a man that wants to have fun.
Fun personality differences, I can't. You just.
No, that's what you said.
I wasn't finished saying what I was saying.
But that could be. You want to have fun?
I'm just saying, fun. What is the one is an introvert and shit, but y'all get along, and one is more outgoing and shit and want to hang out, things like that. Different personality traits. The other one ain't got. You rock with both of them. And what they say, you feel me? It takes.
Two heads is better than one.
Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. But if it's three of us and shit, our money go into one pot, then we could all put our money.
What do you think about it?
I'm thinking about it all.
Okay.
But it's just financially convenient. So if it takes down payment $10,000 to buy this home and shit, whatever this property and shit, either you gonna split it 2 ways, which is $5,000, gonna split that shit 3 ways and shit. It's more cost effective to get the bigger outcome you want, get a bigger bang for your buck, so then y'all could get that money, buy more property, buy more shit, how your whole family be more financially free. All those things are important.
I hear what you're saying. Financially, that makes sense, and even in terms of having fun, right?
Yeah.
I get it. However, you were talking about being with 2 women.
I think I could be settled with just 2. I don't need too many. I think I'm good with only 2 women.
Okay.
If it was all said and done.
And I think for me definitely
one okay.
No. I mean, I would sacrifice a part of myself with just one. It would be a part of myself. It's I'm sacrificing myself for sure to make this work.
That's real.
Let's be clear. I'm sacrificing myself, and I don't think I'd be as happy as I want to be in life. Unfortunately, if I was monogamous, just because my personality type for me, I think I need those just different types of people. Like he brought up, like if one is extrovert, one is introvert.
Mm-hmm.
I need both aspects of that skill, just in life. And sometimes people can be both.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but I like to have a different person to just bounce ideas off, just get a different feel, give a different vibe.
Perspective.
Yeah, and it doesn't, for me, like, it wouldn't have to be necessarily something that's, where it's like, we all in the same house. I would prefer it's like different households for me.
Yeah, like, and
It's
like,
completely separate.
yeah, cause like, a lot of like polygamy shit, because they're polygamy don't mean they are fucking with each other. It'll be nice and shit, but no, you just bring another one in for that.
Yeah, and like, I wouldn't want nothing sexual between it. I wouldn't want it to be
that gonna muddy the water.
Because I would specifically want to, it's like, no,
You
I
have
like
this
trouble type
relationship,
shit,
this
like-
one.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I done talked with plenty of people and women who tried that shit and said it never really worked. So that's why, like, yeah, that'd be cool, but if we fucking with another woman and shit together, if it went that route, it gotta just be a outside woman type shit. I don't think if they really all three try to make it work together and fucking at the same time, I done heard it from I heard it from enough women to I understand because women get jealous.
And let me digress. I'd be okay with polygamy, but I would prefer just more so a relationship with certain rules where it's like, okay, you could be my wife, but however, we have an aspect of openness.
Okay.
Some type of aspect of openness where it's like, I don't necessarily need to have two wives as long as there's some aspect that we agree on where there's some openness here.
Okay. That's fair.
I think that's probably more fitting.
I hung out with a woman a couple times and shit. We did like literally generally hanging out and shit. Like, so she started off her marriage and shit, like, feel me, just that's all she knew. Besides the past couple years, that's all she knew or whatever. They first everything together, married, kid, woo woo. Then finally they decided like they never had no other experiences and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So she like, yeah, we started venturing out and shit, and she like she'll never go back. Like if she forced him, like she'll be miserable and like not stay with him. Like like if someone who did that, they said they came from a church going home and shit, woo woo, like whatever, but like having sex with one person, being with one person for the rest of your life, just it don't make sense to me.
Yeah, for me, it's not even sexual. It's really a matter of personalities.
Not sexually, but that's literally everything.
Yeah,
everything everything on the sun. Like we got just genuine like friends we hang out with. Like we got friends for different things and shit. Like different like personal work and shit, or like mental shit. Like if we naturally hang out with people and get different things from people, why the fuck we can't get different things from different women we talk to and not be an issue? Like it ain't about cause black men don't cheat. Oh, I'm cheating on you, whatever. Like she provided me with emotional support you might not be able to do. Like she got experience in like a certain field. Like she provide better insight than to me and for me than maybe you could do, which ain't slide on you because you do good things as well, just different shit.
Although that does kind of makes me wonder about something. So if a man can say he can be with two women, what about the reverse? Like a woman being with two men? Like you fucking with someone, right? Mm-hmm. And you're in an open relationship, and then she comes to you like, I think I'm interested in being with someone else on top of being with you.
Yeah, that's cool, but then that means you don't want to be with me seriously. We go fuck around and be cool, but nah. You want to be with other women and shit, yeah, I'm for that. But you want to, I'm selfish, I don't care. But it's women who would do that shit. So if I know it's women who would do that shit, I ain't gonna settle for the one if I'm taking you seriously, like trying to, feel me, fuck with other dudes and shit. Mm-hmm. But hey, we could just be friends at that point and you do whatever you're doing. But if I want to take you seriously, shit, yeah, get that shit from other women.
And to me, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because at
that ain't fair.
Because now
it's short and sweet.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Because I mean, at that point, you're asking for her to at some point just lie to you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you doing it eventually. Why she's gonna be like, well, it'd be asinine for me not to have other people involved here.
Yeah.
Like, huh? So it's like you just ask for the lottery. Now she gotta hide it, she gotta do all that. It's like, nah, do you? Whatever our rules are. One of my rules would be, I don't necessarily want to know too many details. Okay, I understand what it is. You understand what it is. This is the parameters we set.
Yeah.
That's what we set.
That's that.
There's a lot of women out here, somebody gonna do it. Shit. But like, okay, be honest with me, feel me? If you can't live with the parameters, cool. It's so many people eventually, hopefully, yeah.
And there would be somebody agree with it, but I'm not,
But I understand his point of view, but shit, it is what it is.
Right. I'm done.
You
What
done?
you got?
All right. Last one. It's not like thought provoking. A little bit, but
I do.
I guess you would know. You wouldn't know because you ain't really on like social media like that. But one question, and this will probably be actually like more for you because you do have a child. You know, so then like eventually you either gonna be in this situation, but are you bringing the other kids food?
Ooh.
This is the hot topic.
Damn.
Yeah. Are you if you're bringing your kid food, and there's other siblings that's not yours, are you bringing the?
So, we talked about something similar to this on a recent podcast too. So, I'm bringing my kid McDonald's.
Yeah.
She says you gotta bring everybody else food.
That's not your kids.
They're not my kids. My kid is gonna eat this McDonald's,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get a pizza for everybody.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna eat.
Just not the same thing.
No, I got my kid McDonald's. We finna eat this Happy Meal, this this what they got. But
McDonald's ain't cheap.
It ain't.
Trust me.
But however,
inflation,
me just being how I am, I'm gonna feel bad. Where it's like why the hell ain't no food here for none of these kids? Like, so by default, yes, I'm gonna make sure all the kids eat.
But what if the issue was the mom did cook, but you just want to get something?
Oh, so she cooked?
And she cooked.
No, that's different. That's
Yeah,
she cooked. She
But
cooked.
she-
That's not an issue. I'm
Because
not
I seen the mom and shit. She ain't say if she
What
cooked
she
or
did,
not.
what
Did
she said that she said my stamps don't her stamps don't hit till the 11th or whatever. So
It
she
was
had-
no type of food in that bitch.
That's what it sounded like she was saying. So
She
or
was clearly stated because she said 11 first and then the 7th. But it's a good question.
yeah. So but she was basically saying ain't no food here.
Yeah.
You bring it over McDonald's and ain't no
For
food.
one kid, I got all these kids.
Kids can eat cup noodles. Where they daddy at?
Okay.
No, which is true. But however,
That's fair.
that's a fair
Yeah,
question.
it is. I'm gonna ask that, but like I'm just generally nice, so you feel me. I will get them some food,
Me,
but
so
I'm
that's how-
gonna have hella questions.
Oh,
I'm gonna have hella questions. I'm gonna get the food, but I'm gonna have hella. I'm gonna make her look feel
I'm
dumb.
gonna be annoyed.
Like,
I'm
what
gonna be
these niggas
annoyed.
at? So you knew these niggas ain't shit. Why the fuck these fucking niggas have a baby body?
Yeah.
You
Gonna
knew
show up
these
with
niggas wasn't
the food,
shit.
be like, I got it.
I'm
Hold on.
gonna be annoyed, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am gonna
I'ma talk some
this
shit.
ain't no like.
I'm
this
just
ain't-
naturally talk shit.
I'm gonna do it because I'm just kind of type of person. I ain't gonna make no other kids.
Yeah. I don't tell that. Like at the end of the day, that my kid's sibling. Like that, they love them. That they sibling. I ain't gonna feel
This
me.
shouldn't be expected.
Time
Yeah,
out,
it
time
shouldn't
out,
be
time out,
expected.
time out. I hear everybody. I hear what y'all saying, and I agree 100%. However, Mitch said something very interesting. You said you give your kid McDonald's and you get everyone else pizza.
Yeah.
But what if everybody wants McDonald's?
That's not my. I don't care.
They're eating.
So I mean, honestly, and pizza was me being generous, depending on.
And they-
what if I ain't got it that weekend like that?
Right.
Like Trey said, y'all might gotta eat noodles. I go get the noodles, but y'all might gotta eat these noodles.
Well, y'all eating.
But you-
They don't can't be mad. At least I gave you something to eat.
What it really comes down to me is what type of relationship does me and the mother have? Because like it's a hard time for me to see my kid. It's a
Yeah.
hard time, but then when I finally get a chance, I'm bringing him. Nothing else matters to me.
Well,
Go ahead.
That will make it.
I'm just saying, I bring this up because studies show, not to be a nerd, nothing like
No,
that,
no,
but
bring the studies
studies do show that when it comes to, a man specifically dating a woman who has a kid, he's interested in her. He don't give a fuck about that kid. And the reason why is because that's not his biological child.
But if I'm dating a woman with kids, that's a partner to me.
To you. But I'm just saying.
That's why I try not to meet their kids in the first place. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, if I'm dating a woman with kids, I don't want for kids until.
You say dating. You say yeah.
Oh, yes, that's what I'm
okay,
talking about.
so relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with the kids until we decide that we gonna be
Like, in my head, one time I got mad at a woman and shit for bringing me around her kids and shit. Well, I had no issues and shit, but if I know I done seen her a couple times, but I be trying to tell her, like, let's hang out when your kids ain't there. I know for a fact it's 1 week, cause I ain't the only one she can talk to. I know for a fact there's another nigga there that week, 2 days ago, and shit, and the kids seen the nigga. Yeah. Then I come over there, I like, make sure your kids you feel me, sit the crib something.
Right.
Like, then I come over there, like, I don't want to leave that image in the kid's head like your mom is seeing multiple motherfuckers, and I don't think I'm gonna be a permanent nigga in your life. Like, women ain't cognizant of that shit. Like imagine what you're doing to kids. Kids got good memory, so they might see you on the street 10 years later and shit, and like, damn, yeah, like,
what's happening to me? Like,
I don't feel good and comfortable being that nigga.
It's trauma.
Yeah,
it's trauma.
Yeah, like, damn, we was cool, like, oh, he was always buddy, but now I'm just a random nigga in the street and shit. I don't like to do that, like, and women ain't taking that shit seriously,
no,
like, I don't like that.
And like for me, so like I'm a basketball coach. So I work with kids. I'm good with kids. They usually like me, and it'd be like, say you introduced me to your kid as they were younger. Now we're not dealing with each other. Now I got a basketball camp. You're gonna bring me to get the camp.
Right.
They expecting Brandon from the crib.
Yeah.
Listen, you want to play on the team or not? Listen, Brad. You want to play on the team or not, man? Right. This ain't Brandon from there. This is I'm Coach B. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same scenario.
Yeah, that shit is not a good feeling. But women don't understand it. Women just be, they don't give a fuck. Maybe they mom did that shit, cause you know a lot of women probably ain't had their daddy and they just used to what their mom, or it could be so many scenarios. But if you knew it's a nigga here 2 days ago, you don't understand this impression you leaving on your kid. So you got daughters and shit. Mm-hmm. Now they're okay, be like, oh, my mom used to do it, why can't I? Your son seeing like, damn, my mom. Maybe you won't feel like, but my mom ain't shit, just another nigga here. Then they probably don't even know you probably fucking both these niggas. Oh, they did. My mom ain't had these niggas over for no reason sleeping over. Like, all that shit could go on in kid's mind. It might not hit them till later. Then they gonna let them, your mom, you ain't shit. Now, maybe won't. Maybe won't. Like, they might understand. But I don't want to be part of that, like, image of their mom. I don't want to be the corporate personally. Yeah. And women don't be understanding that shit. That's important to me. Like, if people could think it for any reason and shit why I don't want to see the kid or be around them, that's really the main reason why I don't.
But no, I've had the exact scenario where it's like I talked to this kid's mom when they was younger. Boom, they're in high school. I'm scouting the team. They in the stands. They're like, "Oh, you my mom? Ran this song? Can I say hi? Can I not say hi?" I'm like, this is just weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Like it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just a tough situation, but I understand. At the same token, like someone wants to make this advocate is women. Yeah, a lot of women. They're single mothers.
Yeah.
They don't have, if they want to try to find that person, they have no choice but to bring them around. They don't have no other options. Yeah. They might not have a babysitter or parents or whatever. Where it's like, nah, my kid is with me.
Yeah.
What you want me to do? Single moms and single dads are two different signals.
You just don't want to give mixed signals.
That's very important.
Especially how it depends on how old they are.
Yeah. I understand women's point of view sometimes. Like, if I know this woman could get a babysitter, that's an issue and shit. But it's a lot of women. Like, women tell me like, shit. Most dudes with kids, they don't never have their kids. But as men, when we deal with women, they always got their kid. It's a whole different story. It's two different lives.
And you can't. And honestly, I mean, to me, which as older I get, I don't know. It's a different perspective, but you can't really knock a woman for trying to find somebody that gels well with their kid.
No, not at all.
If they think highly of you and they think you might be the one,
but I do think the woman that really like cares is not gonna do that right away.
not right away.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think like if she like, nah, I'm not, you know.
Not right away.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be right away. That's
You know what I mean?
ridiculous.
I just think that's what it is.
To me, right away is crazy.
I've seen women do it right away. I remember this one time.
Seen it.
Yeah, I remember this one time, man. I was drunk. This was back in my younger days and shit. You feel me? I'm done at the club. Don't slid to the girl crib and shit. Not knowing, like, you feel me, one bedroom and shit. Little boy, 3 years old, sleep in the corner and shit. Boy, nigga, oh fuck, like, yeah, literally and shit. You know, I'm like, so I already felt bad. Of course, I'm still do me though and shit. Wake up in the morning. Kids sitting on the side of the bed, just looking at my parents by the bed and shit, just looking at me, looking at mom, and they going 3-4 years old.
So
that's traumatized.
Old enough to know.
Yeah, that's traumatized. I don't want to deal like she didn't say that before I came and shit. Like then that just made me back off her. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to a kid.
Yeah, that's a fact. Stuff like that. Or I got a scenario a lot less hectic. But I remember, young lady I'm dating, white chick. She like, let's go to the Twins game. So we go to the Twins game. She got her mixed kids there. So we walking in the game. Everybody think they my kids. And you know, people like, oh hey, great family. Love to see you with the kids. Like to see what you do. You know, you doing all.
Yeah, I want to do with that shit either.
Yeah, it's like these kids know I'm not their dad. I know.
And it get a little awkward. But the mom really probably like hearing shit like that.
But it's like these kids have to hear that, knowing that this ain't their dad. They don't want to say it. They don't even know me. They don't see me.
And I don't even want to get into this, but from the dad perspective, why you bringing these niggas around my kids?
Exactly.
From the dad perspective, that's a whole
That's
nother
a
level.
whole
Yeah, I'll
nother
be
level,
heated.
bro.
I'll be heated.
It's a whole nother level.
Yeah, so I don't want no parts. No
So
parts
let's-
until I know it's real.
Yeah, so you know it's real.
Yeah,
You know it's real.
Like even my intention.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
That's why women shouldn't bring it unless y'all sat down, had a conversation. Not just, we just organically just kicking it all the time. You really gotta have a real conversation that like, okay, are we together? What? And y'all been talking long enough. Then eventually bring your kids around, whatever, be on that mutual shit. But don't just let it naturally happen. Talk about it first. Just because y'all kicking it every day for 2-3 years and shit, don't mean shit.
Right.
Have that conversation. Are we exclusive? What are the parameters and shit? Okay, now bring the kid around if that's what it is. But don't just do it just to do it.
Right.
Before y'all wrap up, can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So y'all on episode like 90.
Oh, not we far
It's-
from, brother. We
Y'all-
on 60. This is officially
69,
69.
same thing.
It's actually funny, bro. It's actually really funny.
69, same
I didn't
number.
even think about that.
So what's like y'all like? What are y'all plans to like grow to continuously grow? What's y'all plan?
Dude, that's a good question because
Like I think that's something that, as podcasters like gotta always be thinking about like how can you?
Okay, so I'll just give my perspective of it. So because we actually talked about this. This nigga lives in St. Cloud, bro.
Word.
He drives.
I'm from the cities, but
He's
I'm
from
from
here.
here.
Lived out there though.
He moved out there for a couple years, and he's been driving back here. We need to
And I know that's tough.
I can't get my other cousin to drive
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
So
Yeah.
that was that's like an obstacle for us right there. Like he's planning on moving back here soon.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
just like so we was worried about like, man, is that gonna be so? But we've been doing it. We've been like for a year.
Wow.
For literally for a year.
Yeah.
A little over a year.
Wow.
So it's like now it's like, all right, where do we want to take this? Like, and the more I do it, the more it's like, dog, I really like doing this shit. So I really wanna like take it serious. You know what I mean? And cause for me, I got an art brain, bro. So I create, I draw, I paint, I record, I do everything, edit, and that's my favorite part of everything is creating it, and like the finished product, I don't even, I don't care about it as much as I care about like this process.
The process of it.
So for me, it's like at first it was like, all right, I don't know, but then the more we did it, the more I got comfortable doing it, the more we got comfortable, like this is my dog, but like we got different, like y'all got different perspectives. We got different perspectives. I think that's what's the beauty of it, you know. Because if we were sitting here just agreeing with each other, that shit.
That's boring.
You know. So I think it's the perfect situation. I think it's the perfect scenario. So I couldn't tell you exactly like my goal is to get to episode 300. For sure. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, and then we try to, and for me it's like I'm a coach. We coach, and so it's a lot of I wanna eventually get some notoriety where I can get a community involved. You know what I mean? Do something for the community, I should say, not get them, but like give back to the community, especially with this mental health shit. Just as being black, bro, being young black man, or just trying to have a platform to do some give. I'm a giver, bro. So just to give back and to I wanna see that progress. So I'm just excited to and like meeting niggas like y'all, bro. Like this shit, like we gonna always have like. Just from this alone, we gonna always like if I need something, I know I can be like, hey bro, such and such. So it's like, and y'all doing y'all thing, and it's like it's dope. It's just so I just want to see where it goes. That's
you pretty much said it all, sir. The only thing that I can really add on to it is you talk about getting to episode 300. I'm thinking like, all right, well first we got to get to 100. That's like the main thing. Just to even how y'all talk about us being consistent, we looking at y'all like, yeah, but you on like 138 and something. Yeah. And y'all talk about going to Atlanta, and we try to figure out like
that terrifies me.
Yeah, like y'all talking about
like leaving this room like. I don't think we ready.
Well, not even that.
You know what I mean?
It's more like, look, we try to plan. We try to plan for a guest, right? We'll try to plan that a week or two in advance. Y'all talking about guests in the same day?
Yeah, we're gonna do like 10 or more.
Yeah, this mic just came this morning.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But
it was stressful, bro. Yeah.
But for me, I'm at this point now. Like we've come this far, and we've been talking about this for a year now. It's like, all right, so what are we gonna do with this?
Yeah.
It being a hobby is one thing, but where else are we gonna go? So now for me, I'm at the point where no matter what is in our way, no matter what we have to deal with, I'm like, it's not a fucking option.
Yeah.
You just gotta go.
One thing I like working with him and shit. Of course, that's my cousin, so we know each other so well.
Yeah.
So we are similar, but we're different. We always got along, never arguing and shit. We got the same mind, but different. So he deal with certain shit I don't deal with. But we just like traveling and having fun. So when we travel, going to Atlanta, that shit ain't no problem. We supposed to get episodes a year and a half. I've been in Atlanta like 3-4 times since we did the podcast. This nigga was never there. I'm like, nigga, he was supposed to go like, various things happen. So it's just like, we naturally we like mingling, talking to people. So like we said, we started this podcast. Ray just want to talk to women for real. So that ain't shit to go to Atlanta and talk to women. Hey, y'all want to be on the podcast and shit.
Right.
But to piggyback on what y'all saying though, like the way we got to the point where it's like, okay, we gonna take this and go other places. Like we had to force the idea, like we just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Whether we ready, whether we not ready, we're just gonna do it, and it's gonna be some trial and error. It might work, it might not work.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But we in Minnesota. How much can you grow in Minnesota with a podcast? Like reaching these certain audience and shit. Like every podcast ain't gonna blow just and blow. It gotta be some traction. Like you gotta get different audiences. Like that's the big. You gotta touch different people. That's how they really gonna see you.
And to piggyback off that, it's just such a small black population.
Yeah.
That's a big aspect.
Well, shit, I mean, how many podcasts, how many black people do you know actually have a podcast in Minnesota alone?
Honestly, in Minnesota, it's like you can count them on my hands.
Yeah.
Whereas
you know of,
Yeah, like you can really like I remember before we was filming our first live show, I was searching for like other black podcasts.
Yeah.
Like I want to do a show where we got 2 podcasts opening, 2 black podcasts opening, and then we'll just finish it off. And I'm like, I can't even find none that's still still going.
Yeah, because they started, but they stopped.
This actually when I first came across y'all was the first time when y'all had like 1 episode, 2 episodes. Yeah, and it was like there's nobody that's been around, been consistent. Like it's like nothing here.
Right.
And it's like, but in other cities you have a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it's so it shows that there's some form of a market elsewhere.
Yeah.
But it's just no black people here. So
Yet.
Yeah.
This could be the wave.
It could be.
Yeah.
But I guess I think y'all at that point we're just like whatever y'all want to do, just do it. And it's like whether it works, doesn't work, someone will find out if it's gonna work.
Try. You gotta try.
And like I said, we at that point too, where it's like ideally we want to put together
a tour,
a national tour,
Right.
And it's like it's only one way we gonna know if this gonna work, and we gotta go all in and just try to make it happen. And if it don't work,
we
tried our best.
We supposed to go to Dallas before and shit. We don't fucked up and didn't go, but we done did episodes in Dallas. We done did episodes in Vegas and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now we going to Atlanta and shit. Like we do these to touch these different markets, get these different people, get these different backings and shit. Yeah. Because that's the only way to see it. Like our shit is dope because our shit is more personal. Like how you had a great experience, a personal, nice experience. Yeah. One thing I can say about that, we give people a good personal experience when they hop on our shit. Right. It's a feel good. I guess we got good energy.
It was honestly like y'all niggas like it was like, oh man, we kind of knew each other when we did it.
Yeah. It wasn't an episode. It was like, hey, come over.
It was like, come kick it.
Our shit just some cool kicking and shit. Yeah.
It was dope.
But it's at that point where it's like we want to try and see, and if it works, it works. Yeah, it's gonna hit. But if not, we really did everything we could. It just wasn't a hit. Like it just wasn't it.
But you did it.
But we did.
Tried. We did it, and we did it the best way we could.
Yeah.
And I mean, exactly. It's like this with sports and stuff like that, where it's just like. Say you got in the gym, you gave extra workouts, you did it all, and it's just like if you just didn't go to the highest level, it just is what it is.
At least you tried to do it.
You
did all you could.
You did what your abilities could take you to. That's what your abilities took you to.
Right.
That's it. It's a fact. And that's where we at. I think y'all right there. Where it's like what y'all want to do. Yeah. That's why I asked them like how y'all want to grow. Where it's like okay. Y'all in the 60s on the episodes where it's like, okay, now y'all got a feel for how you wanted to do, how you want to do, how you want to go.
Because I think originally we was like, man, if we get to 100, then
100 is another point. 100 is another point.
You try to turn it up.
But I personally think it's like right before you get to 100, you got to start planning that now.
It's
going to hit quick. Y'all already know. It's going to hit quick. So it's like you got to start thinking about it. Damn, what's the next turnover point? What do we do next? Because once we get 100, we don't want to just have 100. Like
it got to be something after that, to take you to the next level.
And I think when we was reaching 200, that's when we started talking about
that's true.
Yeah.
What we finna do?
Yeah, man, we just gotta get out there.
Okay, we did Dallas before or after 100?
It was sometime around then. I don't remember if it was before or after, but it was around then.
Yeah. But even before 100, we talked about going to different cities.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, that definitely give me something to think about, man. For sure.
And then, like I said, it might not necessarily be different cities or whatever, but whatever it is, just think about.
Like how can you make it progress? How can you make it better from what it is? Like
don't be stagnant.
What's the next level?
What's the next level? What's the next level?
And we still ain't got it all this shit. It's like even just being in this like Minnesota, we need to change what we doing here, but we gotta figure it out. But the best thing to help figure it out in the process is go to other cities.
I mean, from my perspective, I think we're almost at the point of outgrowing Minnesota, where it's just like, what it is like I said, we understand what to go to other cities. Like, what do we do next?
But we got
consistent y'all content.
We got guests and stuff. And it's
like that's hard. Like we made it work, but I'm tired of these guests. Like we need. I don't mean it like that. Like
no, we don't.
It's hard. Like how many people are we going to talk to? Because we don't like repeating. Oh, everybody. Oh God, we have. We want to come back on. it'd be all fine and dandy. We don't want you on.
Yeah,
we want to keep moving.
Yeah, we want different
Yeah.
people. We want ability to say we did it, but I don't want the same perspective from you.
Right.
Maybe a couple years down the line, because people prefer to change.
Yeah.
Maybe they grew
Yeah.
cool, whatever. I remember when I was on the part, no. But let's get these motherfuckers in other cities and shit,
Yeah.
tap in with them, and like you said, do this tour.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut
No,
you
you
off.
good.
Have y'all done Miami?
He's from West Palm Beach. Our family is like in West Palm Beach.
Yeah, that's our way. Like
an hour from Miami.
that's
Yeah.
we're going to do that.
It's
Okay.
It's going to
I
happen.
feel like that's like a that's
No,
something
it's
big.
that's an automatic going to
It's
happen.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got
that's-
family
yeah.
Miami for a lot of them.
Yeah.
West Palm Beach. It's
Yeah,
a for sure.
that's a
thing.
given.
Y'all heard it first.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
We just not in a rush to get there
Yeah.
since we know some people.
Yeah, like that's gonna like
That's
we go there.
automatic.
It's
Y'all
gonna
gotta
be
get
good.
to Texas. Y'all gotta get to Texas.
I'm wishing.
Yeah, so I think
Y'all
I
gotta get
think
to Atlanta like y'all about to go.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. For me, from our perspective, I want to do Texas versus like we know people there, but it's like we don't know as much as Atlanta and Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So it's like
then-
let's knock that out first. And we ain't knock it out the way we were supposed to. We didn't execute the way we
Yeah.
should have.
Yeah, we fucked. We dropped the ball, but still, people in Dallas already
They
fucked
fuck
with
with
us. Like we did an episode out there before. We was on someone else's
Y'all did another
podcast.
podcast?
We
Yes.
did another podcast and we did one of our episodes
Yeah.
with somebody else.
So someone we was out there. We did our podcast next day, right before our live show, the day of our live show. We went on someone else's podcast in Dallas the same day as our live show. She throwing a brunch and shit, so we talking our shit on her shit.
Yeah.
People just started walking in and shit, and just catching what the fuck we was saying, and
Yeah.
fell in love with it, and they followers. They followed on IG, watch our shit and shit. So like, it just we know Dallas gonna fuck with us, but we need to build a bigger fan base.
Yeah.
We know it's possible. And we just dropped the ball, but Atlanta, we feel like it's gonna be easy. The
Yeah,
South
yeah.
is like Atlanta's in the Florida is gonna be easy for us.
Yeah. So
Dallas ain't gonna be too hard, but it's a little bit more work.
That's a little bit more work. Yeah, we don't know as many people.
Yeah,
we don't
right,
know the
right.
landscape that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas us going to Atlanta this next time, it's just the market there it's easy. People support.
Yeah.
They
Being a
support.
black person, they gonna support you.
Yeah.
Then you got a good vibe, you got a good personality. They gonna fuck with you. They gonna tell their friend gonna tell their friend.
Yeah.
That time you go down there, more people gonna show us.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give an example. Like, it's a young lady I hit up on IG. Never don't know her from a can of paint. Like, oh, we come to Atlanta, we come be a guest, whatever. She like, oh yeah, for sure. How can I promote it? I'm gonna promote it right now. I'm like, well, don't promote it yet.
Yeah.
The episode not gonna come out for a couple of weeks. Whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'll post whatever right now. I'm like, that's the energy where it's like,
Yeah.
you don't get that energy here. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like that's love.
The black support here, I hate to say they don't support you. Like they don't. It's not
I won't say
organic.
they
No, it's not like as the masses. Like if I don't know you, you just ain't gonna promote for no reason.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta and shit. Them other black cities, they will.
Atlanta, they're right. Like I said, I mean, it's all these people that we know there that we ain't even contacted people we know there to be on the show yet.
Yeah.
So all the shows we got lined up is people that we might have met once,
or
we just
don't know at all.
and
Just to reach out.
And they're like, let's do it.
That's
let's
a
go.
beautiful thing to do. Like they just doing it out your strength. Oh, you come here and you feel me black. Oh, let's just Atlanta just big for just a black mecca.
Yeah.
They want to see a black person thrive, which is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's refreshing.
It feels good. It
It's
feels
refreshing,
so good.
especially at the point where we're at, where it's like, we feel like we kind of outgrowing Minneapolis. Like,
Right.
So like to get that energy, it's like, damn, this feels good. It's like they fucking with it.
And it don't seem like hard work. It seems effortless.
Yeah.
It seems effortless. Like
They just seem effortless.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's really dope.
Appreciate y'all gentlemen for coming on. We
You
got
got anything else?
gotta do last call.
Yeah, I mean before that.
Last call.
Huh?
Okay, before that. You good?
Nah.
Alright.
I'm good.
So we're gonna switch up last call a little bit.
Kid.
As in, we're gonna take a shot for last call.
He trying to get spicy.
These are our great guests.
Let me get this straight. You not trying to say anything for last call?
Absolutely, but we're taking a shot before we say.
Oh.
Kiss your cup.
Nigga, you always trying to.
that's how it's supposed to be. I feel it.
Kiss your cup. No, these like this is like by far my favorite
This was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
This was fun, man. And this is another thing where we like. I know for me,
Let's jump for a little bit more. Just a damn bit.
I will say this right now, while we're recording, y'all now hold the record for longest episode. Y'all got it now, officially.
That was no. I mean,
But before we do it, I appreciate you guys having us on. I do appreciate it a lot, and it was a great all around conversation. I really enjoyed it. Y'all some dope people. You feel me? Of course, we already know it's good really talking to you for the first time. Y'all just good, dope people. I do want to see you guys be successful and thrive and shit. Just keep pushing, keep going, stay consistent and shit. But y'all dope, and this is a dope podcast. This is a dope platform. So I do appreciate y'all a lot. Type shit.
That's a fact. And I mean, just in terms of we all creating and trying to figure out ways to make it happen. I'm trying to always figure out more ways for
as a collective.
We can collaborate. More ways.
Yeah, in multiple ways, and it only just have to be podcast shit, but just in general. Let's collaborate.
What can we do together?
That.
Yeah, I think that's real important. So definitely, especially just in terms of marketing and just putting stuff out there.
Yeah.
So I'm always thinking of ideas whenever I think of something. Whenever I think of something too.
For sure. So we always do at the end of the episode. We always do last call. Add me out. Last call. So the only thing I added is we usually don't take a shot. But I want to take a shot with y'all. But last call is you just kind of reflect on the episode. You just say one thing that stood out from the episode, or one thing that you took from it.
Final thoughts, basically.
Final thoughts.
Absolutely.
Final thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. So last call, we just cheers up. I appreciate you, fellas.
Oh, my fault.
Appreciate you, fellas, man. Thank you for coming on.
Appreciate y'all.
Do you want to kick off the last call?
No.
All right.
Damn.
So for last call, I'll just say, thank you guys for coming on. For real, it's been a long time coming. Just a real dope experience. Man. Oh,
exactly. Yeah, you felt it.
Yeah. So it was a real dope experience. It's just for me to see, especially young black men just doing dope shit is very important to me, and I think I'm just glad to see. I can't wait to see the growth, and you know what I mean, and just from the perspective, it just got me thinking, just even on what we talked about, you know what I mean, especially relationship as a man, in this dating world, it's just it's because the shit is weird. There's a lot going on, and to hear other perspectives is super dope, man. So that's what I took from it the most, and I just appreciate it. I just appreciate the time, especially you, my nigga. We have these conversations all the time, but to open them up with like-minded people is pretty dope. And black men don't cheat.
That's
the last thing I'll say. But go ahead.
Just to piggyback off of what you're saying, again, greatly appreciate y'all coming on to the show. One thing that I will say is, as somebody who's doing the podcast for a year and we still going, it is great to not only see another podcast, but just again seeing black people do it, because you look at it and you I can do it too.
Facts.
Yeah, 100%.
And the second thing is, y'all talking about relationships and stuff, not just wild shit.
Yeah.
You're really touching on some serious stuff.
What we go through.
Yeah, and I find that very important because people need to hear that, because a man, not a nigga, I'm literally saying a man can hear what y'all saying, and they can go, I'm not alone.
So even though I might say crazy stuff on the podcast, do you know how many men agree with what I say?
Yeah.
It's all the
but
time.
They need to hear that.
Women too.
They need to hear that.
Women too. Facts.
So I just appreciate what y'all doing. Keep going.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Because trust me, we listening and we trying to do something.
Oh, that shit dope.
Yeah, appreciate it a lot.
What y'all got for the last call?
Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah, last call. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate you guys having us on this podcast. I like to do other people's podcasts because art is just nothing but dating relationship because the subgenres in between that. I like coming on other people's stuff because we talking about a lot of stuff. It's a very diverse conversation all around this shit. Right. So with my podcast and shit, like people just, if they only see the one side, they really think this is all it is. Like going back to what we're saying, like you can't just go off just these clips when it's really based on one thing. Like it's not you don't see no one else in the other aspect. Our conversation was just well-rounded, talking about multiple things and shit, which is good. Like it was an organic, great conversation with you guys. You feel me? Which I love, cause met Eric, been cool. Feel me? This is my first time talking to you, but it was a great conversation all around, and I enjoyed it. Like I like talking about other shit on other people's platforms just for the diversity reasons and shit. So I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys had me on. So
thank you, man.
Yeah, no, definitely appreciate y'all for having us. And I mean, I'm scoping everything. I'm looking at the layout, what's the programs. I'm looking at everything, and it's just like I love the setup and what y'all got going.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's something that's necessary and it's needed. Especially in the Black community, us hitting on topics with that mental health stuff. I thought that conversation was like imperative and important. Like I felt like that was a real, genuine conversation, and we all had stuff to give and stuff that was very valuable.
So 4 different valuable perspectives.
Absolutely, absolutely. I felt like that was a conversation that had to be had, and I think those are conversations continuing forward that have to be continue to be had.
Right.
So I definitely love what y'all got going on. Love y'all for having us. And,
that's not the end. It's just the beginning.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I definitely agree. Like I said, I definitely want to do more as we all go through this field. And I hope y'all just keep pushing. Keep going. I mean, we're gonna keep going.
We gonna no matter what. So it's good to see
we right behind y'all.
It's good to see other people who gonna stay consistent, so we could collaborate on different shit.
That's the first thing that stood out to me as you said. He was like, you had somebody doing it, but it was good, and they just wasn't consistent.
Our fucking cousin.
Oh,
It's our fucking cousin.
It's our cousin.
Niggas don't live that far from us. Why the fuck you can't stay consistent once a fucking cousin?
Right.
And you can run in so many opportunities. Everybody love fucking. I'm not going to go, man.
But no, I love the fact that y'all still going, y'all keep going, and y'all staying with it. Because I think that's always most important. And like I said, the content that y'all have is important to Black community.
This is important.
It is.
Like, y'all doing a great thing. So our biggest thing when we did a podcast. This chill shit. So like when we did our podcast, what's different? Like we don't want to talk about what everybody else is talking about. That was the number one thing. Y'all shit, that's
what we were like too. It's like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about?
No, y'all got it.
Not too many people talking about mental health from a Black perspective and different. Feel me? That's important.
And that came from drunk conversations we had.
That's how I go.
Our shit was drunk as fuck too when we did. Our shit was drunk. We got drunk podcast.
Go home after the bar, like, man, just talk, bro. Like,
we're
like, why ain't we recording this shit?
Exactly.
But it's solid, and it's like the question.
And not too many. Y'all in a special niche, like everybody want to do. Oh, we talking about this entertainment shit, this and that, like whatever that be on TV. No. Get outside of that. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna listen to Joe Budden or something.
Right.
We can't. If we just regular motherfuckers like we are, who ain't famous and shit, we need a reason for motherfuckers to listen to us. Mental health, and it's organic and genuine, which I care about, cause we all go through it. So that shit is needed. Don't force something to be cause it's popular and shit. You feel me? Y'all doing something that ain't nobody doing, especially as Black people and shit.
That's the thing, especially Black.
So y'all got a good podcast, so stay doing the shit, stay consistent, cause it's good and nobody else really doing it. I ain't seen one, have you?
I have not. So the closest thing I seen people, speaking on mental health as Black podcasters was like the pivot with Michael Beasley got on there.
Oh yeah. And that was just maybe one episode.
But it wasn't. They didn't plan to go there.
It just happened. It naturally happened.
Yeah, but I think it's important to have a platform to have these conversations like we had, where it's like, no, let's talk about this, let's talk about that.
Y'all got a podcast that is centered around it. It really, people who be going through shit, you feel me?
Yeah.
People really going through shit. They need to hear something so they don't feel alone. Cause you never know. We talking about mental health. They hear these perspective outlet. Lord forbid, but this shit could stop people from maybe committing suicide or some fuck shit, cause they know I ain't the only person out here who feel it. Like maybe I need to get some help with some fuck shit like that. Like it's important.
No doubt. So 2 minutes ago, I said when Trey get on the soapbox, he needs to talk about it. He said,
I ain't
there's 2 words.
Oh yeah, but now I'm done.
But either way, we appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Like we really appreciate it. And this is very motivating.
Real shit.
But that's it, y'all. Episode 69 of the Symposium Podcast, the Wholesome Podcast. Greatly appreciate y'all. Oh, plug your show. Future E, cut this. Clip this right here.
When is this drop? Roughly, when is this drop?
This ain't coming out for a couple of weeks, but you can clip this.
Before or after July 10th, which I think.
No, we need it before. We need it before the battle of the.
That's not what
Yeah. So here we go.
No, we have it before that.
Okay, July,
Before the battle of sexes, right?
Yeah.
July, before July 10th. Before July 10th.
So that's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Before July 10th.
Plug your shit right now.
So boom. Hey, make sure y'all come July 10th. We doing a live show.
Big fact.
Battle of the sexes. We gonna debate it out. Everything dating relationships. We debating it.
Women versus men, who gonna come out on top? Who gonna have better conversation, a better point of view, a better argument for why we think how we think type shit.
Right. Women always think they right. Men swear they right. Let's figure it out. Ain't no discussing it. Let's talk about it.
Live show, feel me? It's gonna be bottles, it's gonna be liquor, it's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be a real ass conversation. So fuck with it. Like, let's really go and see who know they shit. Like,
Alright. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Symposium Podcast. Thank you, Wholesome Podcast, for joining us. Like they said, July 10th, Battle of the Sexes. The links, all that will be on this post. All right, so make sure y'all tune in, lock in. I'm E. Wright.
Rose Gold
in the building. There you have it. All right.
Episode 69. Thanks
Peace.
for joining, everybody. We out.